Welcome back for another recap of our kids class. This week we started looking at a different pin. So we started looking at side control, and this week's focus was primarily on the person on bottom escaping. Later on we'll look at a lot of attacks for the person on top, but for now we're going to look at the person on bottom and how they can escape and stay safe. So primarily what we looked at was the person on top. Their goal oftentimes can be just to crash my shoulder here. So they'll often use their head to pin my shoulder to the mat, and that makes it really hard for me to make any space for my knees or my arms to get inside position. So the first thing that we've done is we played a bit of a game where our partner on top was just trying to keep their head on my far shoulder here, and I used what I had available, which at the moment is just my bicep or just my arm, to move my partner's head from this shoulder either over my head or even over my near side shoulder. So I can use a bridging action and move my partner's head, and then that can start giving us space to start going for our escapes. Another thing that we looked at is upgrading our frames. So one of the worst case scenarios that we looked at was our partner's in tight here, they've got the underhook, and all I've got is the bicep. So what we've done is we used that to move our partner's head over, so then we can circle our arm here. Now, if we were to get squashed again, we have this inside position here. So now my elbow and my forearm is framing against my partner's neck. And what that does is this allows me to move my partner's head even more effectively now. So now if I bridge, I can get all this space that I can fill with my legs or fill with my arms. The last kind of upgrade we looked at as well is to use that same sort of sequence to set up our underhook. So it's a lot easier obviously to wrestle up with the underhook. So we could use this same sort of sequence here where we build our frames so we ultimately get our underhook, and now we can start wrestling up, getting up to our feet. Another thing that we looked at is if our partner kind of overcorrects and shoots their head really far over this side, this isn't the best thing really for them to do, but if we get stuck trying to move their head over our near shoulder, it's going to be really hard. So what we can start doing instead is, rather than focusing on this hand, we'll focus on this hand here. I'm just going to push into my partner's armpit, and I want to almost get onto my hips and my bum's facing my partner. And then from here, I can start trying to stiffen my arm as I start building up onto my elbow, and we can start scooting our hips away, and we can wrestle up from here, or we can play guard. That's the plan.
Alright, we're getting started. I've got to go soon. K-Dog's gonna be angry. I should probably.
Ooh, how's the foundation here? I feel like I was going to fall through the floor then.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we both need to go on a diet. Alrighty. I genuinely am choking.
Oh, fuck. I was like trying to compose myself.